Welcome Tamers. Today I'll be doing another deck profile video. This time it's for the Nature Spirits deck that came out right now in EX07. Features a brand new archetype of cards, that one being the level 6 Ace, SaberLeomon Ace. The other one being Tlalocmon, the new Jogress level 7, and Floodgate Rookie for blue, which is the new Tamers. And then next part of the video I'll be showcasing the different ratios, what we're using, and any tech options towards the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, and then to start off with the profile video, we'll be going on with the X. I have this deck made in person, so I'll be showcasing the actual cards that I have. This is a one deck I do want to run at a locals just to try it out. But to start off, it's the X. We are running 4 of the new Wanyamon promo. Level 2, this one you would get from the tournament packs for participating in tournaments at your local LGS for the month of July through I believe October. It has a when attacking once per turn that if this Digimon has the NSP trait, you draw 1. This is a good draw egg. We are running the 4 of. If I would run a 5th egg, I would probably run the Bukamon that's restricted to 1 to have that jamming inherent, but I think draw is really good. So we are running this one at 4, and then shout out to Tony and Tim for giving me a playset of, well, Tony for giving me a playset of the regular Wanyamon, and then Tim for just handing me over his winner Wanyamon since he will not be building the deck. So shout out to those guys. So we're running this one at 4. Next up, we're going into our rookies. We are running 4 of the new Gotsumon. It's a 3 cost 2k Digimon. It evolves for 0 on top of a green or a black level 2. And then NSP trait level 2, it's evo for 0. It's inherent, just basic blocker. Inherent is reboot. So this one's a really good generic blocker you could drop on turn 1. Or if you do any of the effects later down the line that we'll be going over, you could drop this and have a free blocker, right? And if you go on top, reboot is always nice. We're running this one at 4. Next, we have the new Floodgate Rookie from the set, which is the Tamers. It equals for 0 on top of a green and a blue level 2, and then NSP would be 0. Then it has the all turns, players can reduce play costs. So this is a new addition to all the Floodgate rookies. Now this one, you can reduce play costs, so this is a good counter for all the people running Death X, and also for people like me that like to play Crossheart. This is a really bad Floodgate that stops us from doing our thing. This one, we are running it at 4. Unfortunately, this set only has 2 level 3s, being the Gotsumon and the Tamers. So we are running the 4. Next, our last rookie would be, we're running 2 copies of the BT16 Ukamon. It's a 3 cost 2k, evolves for 1 on top of any color egg. And then it has the your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon moves from breeding area to the battle, reveal top 3 cards, add 1 Digimon card or Tamer card from among them, return the rest of the bottom of the deck, and then you could hatch. Searching is always good, especially since we're running a lot of different Digimon. We want to be able to see our pieces, so by evoing in the back and promoting, we get that 3 search and be able to grab something. So we're running this one at 2. If anything, I might cut these out for other cards just to have those 8 rookies, but I do like having 10 rookies, even 12 at one point. So this one we are just running it at 2. Next, moving on, we're going into a level 4s. We are running, I believe, quite a bit. First one is 2 copies of the new Monochromon. It's a 4 cost 4k, evolves for 1 on top of a green level 3, and if it's a NSP level 3, it evolves for 1. So it's a cheap 1 cost evo that we can evo on top in the back for 1, or if we need to go into our level 5 really fast, we could evo for 1 and then evo for 3, right? And inherent for this one is it's piercing, just generic piercing, which is nice. It's always good to have piercing, especially when you're trying to do some of the effects later down the line. And then it has a rule trait, which this Digimon is a dinosaur type, because right now this one's Ankylosaur and NSP, so it will be 3 traits. So running this one at 2. Next, we have 3 copies of the new Starmon. It's a 4 cost 4k, evolves for 2 on top of a level 3 that's yellow. NSP is also a 2 cost evo. It has a non-play when digivolving. When your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn, good way for you to pop any floodgates it might have, any Tlalocmon, since this deck tends to play out a lot of things by effects. We're able to play this out, pop a Tlalocmon, right? And then inherit is barrier. So barrier, you would trash top card security if this Digimon would be deleted in battle. So if we're able to recover, or if we know for sure we need to save that piece, we'll go ahead and just trash security to prevent it from leaving. So we're running this one at 4. Cool thing about the set is that now a lot of the cards have the foil border depending on the card color. So this one's yellow, so yellow border. I think one of my goals, if I keep with the deck, is probably just getting all the foil ones, but they're kind of pricey right now, but we'll see if we actually do that down the line. But we're running this one at 3. Next, we have the 3 copies of the new Tlalocmon. It's a 4 cost 4K. Evolves for 2 on top of level 3, that's black. 2 over NSP Digimon. It's blocker, and then it has an opponent's turn. Your opponent's effects can delete this Digimon. So it's a good way. It's a good level 4 that you could have on the field, and then it won't get bottom deck or popped by any of your opponent's effects, right? And then inherit is another reboot. Reboot is always good. So we're running this one at 3. Next, we have our final level 4, which is the new Gekomon. It's a 4 cost 4K. Evolves for 2 on top of a blue level 3, and then evolves for 2 on top of a level 3 NSP. And then on play, when Digivolving, you draw 1. And then inherit is jamming. So the fact that you can play this out and draw a card, it's always good. Good way for you to get that extra card draw. Also, when you promote Digivolve in the back, get that extra card draw. And then jamming. Who doesn't like swinging at security with jamming? Blue is the color with the most jamming characters. So having jamming in a blue card that is multicolor is always good. That way we could build a sack or swing at security and then not die, right? Unless we hit a bomb at security. But for this one, we're running it at 4. Next up, we're going into our level 5s. We are running the 1 copy of Piximon. It's a 7 cost 7K. Evolves for 3 on top of a level 4. That's yellow. And then if it's a NSP trade Digimon, it costs 3. And then it has an on deletion that you could play 1 play cost 4 lower Digimon that is yellow or has the NSP trade from your hand without playing the cost. Then when attacking once per turn, one opponent's Digimon gets minus 4k DP. So this one, if we were to swing at security, it dies. We get to play out something, one of our 4s, right? That has the NSP, so another Gekomon to draw. We could do a Tlalocmon to have a blocker out on the field, or Tlalocmon so that they don't reduce play costs. And then the one attacking her is cool because we're doing minus 4k DP to something. So if they want to block with the Digimon, we'll reduce it. That way we're always bigger than them. So we're running the 1 of. Next, we are running 3 copies of the new Jogress. 7 cost 7k. For evolves for 3 on top of a black level 4. And then if it's NSP, it's also 3. The on play is Digivolve 1. And then opponent's turn of your Digimon with the NSP trait gain blocker. So this one just makes all of our Digimon that we play out by effects blockers. And then also the Digivolve is always great, especially like in the new matches against 3 Musketeers. If they have a Gundramon, you just hard drop this, Digivolve 1/1, and then they don't have that protection anymore, right? So this one we're running it at 3. Digivolve is always a good mechanic to have in the deck. Next, we are running 3 copies of the new Shogun Gekomon. It's a 7 cost 7k. It's evolves for 3 on top of a level 4 that's blue. If it's NSP, it's also for 3. And then has an on play that one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can suspend until the end of their turn. And then your turn, none of your NSP trade Digimon attacks can attack target can change. But this one, the on play is nice because you get to stun a Tamer, and then you also get to stun a Tamer a Digimon if you wanted to. That way they won't be able to suspend. Same thing if they're playing Imperial, you can hard drop this, stun one of their Davis can suspend, or if they have a Digimon that might be going for game, you could just stun it by playing out like Shogun Gecko. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have an inherits, but it's a good on play, right? And we're running this one at 3. Next, we have 4 copies of the new Tlalocmon. It's the new 7 cost 7k level 3 green level 5. And then it goes for 3 on top of a level 4, and then if it's NSP, it goes for 3 as well. And then on play, when Digivolving, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. That has an inherent that all turns once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of the security. This is just probably like the best level 5 in the whole trait, NSP trait, just because you get to suspend and then they don't unsuspend. And then since we do have piercing, we could run things over and then trigger the effect to trash the top card of their security. So we're running this one at 4 just because we do want to see this one the most. I believe it's probably like the better one. I really like this one, right? Moving on, we are going into our level 6s. We are running 4 copies of the new Tlalocmon. This one's a 12 cost 12k, equals for 4 on top of a level 5 that's black. If it's NSP trade, it's 3, which is really good. 3 cost evos on level 6s is always nice. And then it has blocker, and on play, when Digivolving, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You may play up to 7 cost total worth of NSP trade Digimon cards among them without paying the cost. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and as an end of turn, once per turn, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into an NSP trade Digimon card in the hand. This one, the fact that you dig 4 deep, you could play 7 play cost or less Digimon from it. It's good. Most of our Digimon that are level 5s, I believe they're all 7 cost, and then by you just playing a level 3 and a level 4, that would be like a 7 cost. The next Digimon that I'll be showcasing, that one is also 7 cost, so it's a really nice cheat for you to cheese one of the new aces out on the field for 3, right? And then end of turn, you can DNA him and the other Digimon that I'm gonna be talking about into the new level 7 in the set. So this one we are running it at 4. And then the next one up that we're talking about is the new SaberLeomon Ace. It's a 7 cost 12k DP Digimon, evos for 4 on top of a green and a yellow level 5, and if it's NSP, it's also a 3 cost evo. And it has an blast Digivolve on play, when Digivolving, 2 of your opponents suspended Digimon gain get minus 8000 DP until the end of your turn. And then when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. If they have no unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon unsuspends with an overflow of -4. This is a really good card. The fact that you get to play it out for free from an Tlalocmon is awesome. 7 cost, right, meets the requirement, and then you do -8k to something, and then whenever you swing and they have nothing unsuspended, you get to unsuspend. This would trigger with you're already doing 8k initially. Let's say you kept turn, you swing, your what's it called, Starmon would do -3. If you have Pixiemon, that's also -4, so you're able to clear a really big stack. So this one, I was thinking of running either 4 of them. Currently I only have 3, so I'm just running 3. Next, we're going into the other level 6 that I'm running, which is the Digimon Ace. This one is a 7 cost 7k. It doesn't have an SP in its trade, so we can play it out just because it's 7 costs, but evos for 4 on top of a 5 that's blue and black. And then if it's a Shakamon or Sudamon, evos for 3, but we are not running any of those. Then I have Blast Digivolve on play, when Digivolving, you Digivolve 2 when your opponent's Digimon. Then none of their Digimon with 1 or fewer dilution cards can suspend until the end of the turn. And then when attacking, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with fewer dilution cards, with 1 or fewer. Right, overflow of 4. This one's we are running quite a bit of blue and black level 5, so we have the 3 Jogramons and then the 3 Shogun Gekus, so we have enough targets for us to go into him. So this one, Digivolve 2 is a strong, and then the fact that nothing that has 1 or fewer sources could swing also works in our favor. And then on over, and then we could pop something on their end when it's our turn, right? So we'll run this one at the 1. And then moving on to our level 7s, we are running 3 copies of the new level 7, the jogress Tlalocmon. This one's a green, yellow, and black. Level 7 is a 15 cost 15k. It goes for 6 on top of those 3 colors. And then you DNA with either a green and a yellow plus a black and a blue. So you could have SaberLeo Eldorado under, right? Or we could have SaberLeo and the Digimon to do our DNA, right? And then this one has a when digivolving effect that you may play one play cost 7 or lower Digimon card with the NSP trait from your hand without paying the cost. And then if DNA digivolving, we can play up to 2 of those such Digimon without paying their cost with different colors, right? We have multiple NSP with different colors, so we're able to play out 2 things when we DNA. And then when digivolving, when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7000 DP for the turn for each of your Digimon. So the fact that we could play out a body, and then we do minus 7k for each of our Digimon, including himself. At most, we'll be doing, if we have 3 Digimon, we're doing, I believe it's like 21k. With Eldrazi, let's say we have that one, we play out the SaberLeo. Or if we have Eldrazi and we have something else, we hard drop a SaberLeo, we DNA, we already have 2 Digimon now, we play another Digimon by his effect, we're already at 21k that we're doing to something, right? Unless they're DP protected, then it kind of doesn't really matter, but for the most part, we'll be clearing up to 21k Digimon stacks. So this one's really good. I was thinking of adding this guy to Numemon just because we have a lot of like yellow and black in that deck. So I'm still debating if I really want to run that. But for this deck, we are running the 3. And then moving on to our Tamers, we are running 2 copies of the Davis Moromiya from BT3. It's 4 cost Tamers, a memory setter. And then on play, you reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You add up 1 blue Digimon card and 1 green Digimon card from among them. And then you place them at the bottom of your deck in any order. And then secure effect, you play this card without paying its cost. It's a good memory setter. We can get always. For the most part, we're going to get 2 hits unless we land on a black card or yellow. We won't be able to grab those, but the fact that most of our deck is both green and blue, there will be multiple hits for us. And then we can even grab Tlalocmon because it's green, right? So we're running this one at 2. Might bump it up to 3 if I find another copy of the Davis, but for now I'm only running 2. And then lastly, we're going into our options. We are running 1 copy of Heaven's Judgment, 7 cost option, and then it's while you have a green Digimon or Tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Then you activate the effect below for each of your color of Digimon have activated again. When your opponent gets minus 6 ADP for the turn, and then security, you do minus 12k to something. So this one, initial activation is 6. Then for every color that we have on the field, we'll be activating an additional time. So just by having him alone, we're already doing 6 initial, and then we do 12, 18, 24. So 24k to something. So we are just like Magna X. We have access to this now, and we can do minus 24k to something. If we have more colors on the field, the better. I think that would just be overkill, but we could always assign the damage however we want it. So if they have multiple things, we could always do 6k to one thing, and then we do the rest, right? So 1 initial 6k, and then we do 18k to something, right? So we're running this one at 1. Next, we have 1 copy of Mega Digimon Assembly. This one's from EX6. It's a 4 cost option. While your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon, you may ignore this card's color requirements. One of your level 6 Digimon and 1 card in the hand may DNA Digimon into level 7 in the hand, and then security is you return 1 level 6 or higher Digimon card from your trash to the hand. Then you add this one to the hand, from trash to the hand. Then you add this to hand. This one, as long as I have something on the field that's bigger, it's a level 6 or higher, we could use this without any quality requirements. I don't have any white cards in the deck, so I'm not able to use it unless they have that level 6. But the fact that we just pay 4 to DNA from the hand is always good. Then we could trigger effects from Tlalocmon, right? So we're running this one at 1. Next, we have 1 copy of Ice Wall because it is restricted, and this is just a generic really good blue card. Since we have blue in the deck, we are able to run it. It's a 1 cost, and then all your opponent's Digimon gains when attacking and lose 2 memory until end of turn, and if they do hit insecurity, we gain 2 memory. So as a blue deck, I would run this one as a 1-of. And then lastly, we have 1 copy of Kaiser Nail. This is a 4 cost card coming from the SC2 starter deck. Its main is choose 1 Digivolution card from under 1 of your Digimon. You may play without playing the costs, and then security, the hidden security, it's activated its main effect. So this one, we could actually use it on the, let's say, our DNA Digital Digimon. On Tlaloc, we choose a SaberLeo. We play out the SaberLeo since it's not going anywhere. We don't activate overflow because it's still in the field. And then we get to do his on play, right, where we suspend something and we do -AK to them, right? I believe that's on play, yeah. Cool. Or we could choose Vigmon and Digivolve too, right? So it's a good generic, like it's a really good card that we could use just because we are playing on a lot of different Digimon. They're all very like flex. They have different abilities. So if we need to pop something, or if we need to DP minus something, we could always do it, right? Or if we need to suspend with the Tricera, we could choose that one to suspend it. They don't unsuspend. So I believe the Kaiser is a really good card. And then for a few tech options that I had in the deck originally, but then I removed, were we could always add Digimon Emperors, right? They're a really good card to run just because there's a lot of rookie rush decks. With all the DP minus that we're doing, we're always going to get that draw once one of their Digimon dies if it's 5 or lower. Another option would be maybe running the Shotokazama Tamer. That one makes your Digimon blocker, even though we already have a lot of blockers. But if we have a Digimon that's not a blocker, that's an additional blocker that we can have, and gains us a memory whenever the Digimon opponent has a Digimon. One that I was thinking about was maybe adding Hidden Discovery Potential HDP. That one is a 0 cost restricted green option that lets you reduce evos from one Digivolving to a green, right, level green Digimon by 4. That one is kind of iffy just because most of their evo costs, the only highest one is probably going to be Tlalocmon if we do hard evo into it. So we could reduce it by 4, only doing a 2 cost evo. But that's just like a tech option. And that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and put those down below. Be sure to read those and respond to. And if you made it this far, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.